Levi was eating McDonald's and these chicken nuggets. I think it was this one right here. And he found a tooth, somebody else's tooth, in the freaking chicken nugget. Still got the chicken nugget on the tooth. He was chewing. He says it's not his teeth.
Today, took my girls to go get their normal Happy Meals and got a 10-piece for my 6-year-old, and she bit down one of her chicken nuggets and she says that, she hurt her teeth. And so I'm looking at it and I pull this out. She pulls this out. She hands it to me, Kay. And I'm freaking out. Baby, where's your tooth? What happened? How'd you lose a tooth? How did you lose a tooth in your chicken nuggets? It's not her tooth, y'all. This is not my baby's tooth. But this is a baby's tooth. This was someone's baby's tooth. This is disgusting, and this is what we're eating. This is what we're feeding our kids. This is a human tooth. This is a baby tooth, and I say baby no more than 6 years old. This is a tooth. Y'all, this is a baby tooth, and we're eating this shit. And you motherfuckers are still gonna go continue to eat from there. Look at this.
I want to know how I've been sitting here eating this meat and I noticed a row of teeth in my shit. And that ain't it. They got the top and bottom jaw in my shit. I just sat here and ate this food and bit into somebody's molar. And I'm saying somebody because I don't know if this is an animal or a motherfucking human in this bowl of meat.
Went to McDonald's and I wanted to get a sausage McGriddle and a large orange juice. I don't ever eat McDonald's because it messes with my stomach. Heard the rumors, but I was like, you know what? I need something cheap, something quick, a couple bites. And I feel something in my mouth. And I'm thinking, what? Did I chip my tooth? So I'm feeling around. Nope, not me. What's this? It's a fucking tooth. That's a goddamn tooth. In my food. And like I said, I already checked my mouth. It's not me. Like, it's hard. It's sharp. That's a whole fucking tooth. Hold on.
Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash, and double honors and respect to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth, as well as much respect and honors to the brothers that are pushing this truth in sincerity across the four winds of this earth and risking their lives and freedom to do so. I would also like to give much honors and respect to the brothers and sisters that are of the hopeful elect, that are doing their very best to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High to the best of their abilities. Shalom. As you saw in this short video that I just shared with you, Salakia. As you saw in this short video that I just shared with you, you have, these people, and they had went to, I believe, Mickey D's, and, they had, bought some food from Mickey D's, and you heard and you saw what, they were finding in the food. Okay, they were basically finding, I'll just say it like this, human body parts in the food, okay, that's being served, at that restaurant. Now here it is. It's come out a while back that that these places such as Mickey D's, Taco Bell, Burger King, and plus other fast food restaurants, they're finding human DNA in the food that's being served at these restaurants. And so with that being said, Israel, you should do your you should stay clear of places like Mickey D's, Burger King, Wendy's, Taco Bell. You should stay clear of those type of places. Because, when you're eating at places like that right there, you're basically eating the worst of the worst. And there's no telling what you're eating. Okay, you could be eating somebody else. Okay, now here it is, back to this video. You see what these people were finding in the food that was being served at these, fast food restaurants such as Mickey D's. And see, it's also even come out too. You had this Ish Rabbi a few years back. He had basically even admitted that, that they were grinding up, people and basically serving them. They were basically serving them in these different restaurants such as Mickey D's and whatnot. You had this Ish Rabbi. He came out and said something along those lines. Okay, and so. Again, when you're eating at places like Mickey D's and Burger King, you're basically setting yourself up to have your health compromised. And again, it's no telling what you're eating, okay, when you're eating at those type of places, okay? Because again, so much is coming out about, those different restaurants and that, how they're finding human DNA and how they're finding human body parts, in the food that's being served there, okay? And also, again, when you're eating at those type of places, you're eating the worst of the worst. You're eating the worst of the worst, and you're setting yourself up, to get, to have your health compromised. And so, I saw this short video right here, and I just thought that I would bring out a quick lesson. Myself personally, I haven't eaten at those type of restaurants in years. I stay clear of places like Mickey D's, Taco Bell, Burger King. I haven't eaten at those type of restaurants in years. I don't buy any of that food there. I don't give any of that type of food to my children. And you should do the same thing, Israel. And when I say Israel, I'm talking about you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and those that are other speckled bird that look like these other nations, but you go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob on your father's side. Again, so much has come out about, the food that's being served at those type of restaurants. And again, when you're eating at places like that, you're eating the worst of the worst. And there's no telling what you're eating, okay? So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm going to bring out a couple of scriptures. And the first scripture I want to go to is in the book of Job, and this is chapter 9, and this is verse 24. And it reads, "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?" Okay, and see, that wicked is Esau, Edom. And the earth was given into the hands of the wicked for a certain period of time. Okay, and you got this devil Esau. He's currently in the power seat. Okay, and he's ruling in wickedness. And this is why, you're having videos like what I just shared with you in the beginning of this lesson popping up, to where people are finding human remains in the food that's being served at these fast food restaurants. And again, these devils have pretty much come out. Okay, and they had pretty much, told off on themselves and said, that they had been doing this. Okay, that they had been serving the people. I'll just say it like that, So much has come out, okay, about, these devils. And see, also, too, here it is, so much has come out about how these devils, how they've been having their way with little children and taking advantage of little children and whatnot. And after they've had their way with these, with the children and whatnot, they're basically sending them to these different places, these factories and whatnot, and they're serving them to the people, okay? So much has come out about that, about these devils. Job chapter 9, verse 24, again, it says, "The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?" And again, that wicked is Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, starting with these elite bankers. They're ruling in wickedness. And see, this is why the earth is in a wicked and mourning state, because you got devils that are currently in the power seat. This is why we're hearing about wars and rumors of wars, because you got these devils, they're ruling. Okay, this is why the food is being defiled over here. Okay, this is why we're hearing about all types of different diseases and pestilences and things like that are on the rise. Okay, because you got the wicked that's bearing rule. Okay, it says he covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? And see, Esau, he was the one who told you that the father and his son and the prophets of old, look like him. And that's a lie. Okay, that's a lie. He told you that, the father and his son were so-called white men. And that's a lie. Okay, that's a lie. He said that the prophets of were old, look like him. That's a lie. Okay, this devil, he's full of lies. He's full of deception. Okay. But, with that being said, Esau doesn't have much longer in the power seat. And, we are literally witnessing the downfall of this devil and his wicked queendom. Okay, this devil, his queendom is on life support. He's about to fall very soon. And, with that being said, those of us that are of the hopeful elect, we're looking forward to the downfall of this devil, because he's ruling in wickedness, and the whole earth is in a wicked and mourning state because of these devils, and they're defiling everything. Okay. I want to go to the book of Habakkuk, and this is chapter 2. And I want to start in verse 2. And it reads, And the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua answered me and said, Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. Okay. And see, this is what, the men of the Lord are doing. Okay. We're, going into, the scriptures, and we're breaking down these prophecies. We're breaking these scriptures down. We're breaking down the prophecies, and we're making them plain upon tables. Okay. Verse 3, it says, For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Okay, and see, that vision is talking about the vision that the prophets were receiving back then, that was set for an appointed time. And now is that appointed time. Okay. And see, the end is talking about the end of Esau Edom's rulership, because the visions were of Esau Edom, coming into power and being taken out of power. And and while in the midst of this devil Esau being in power, he will be doing a bunch of wickedness. Okay, such as defiling everything, from the food that we have to eat. Okay, he will be defiling the air, by spraying his chemtrails and things like that into the air. He would also be defiling the water. Okay, this devil, he would have the earth in a weak and morning state. This devil, he would be pushing out all types of wicked philosophies and whatnot that are contrary to the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments. Okay, this devil, he will be oppressing the people. Okay, mainly our people who are the children of Israel. Okay, which are you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and those that are of the speckled bird that look like these other nations, but you go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob on your father's side. Okay. Let's read verse 3 again. It says, For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Okay. And see, these prophecies are not tarrying. Okay. They're popping off the pages, and they're happening in real time as we speak. Okay. World War III is already here. Okay. Now, it hadn't gone full blown just yet, but it's here. Okay, World War III is here, and that MO to the T to the B is here, and it just hadn't been mandated as of yet. But you best believe once that MO to the T to the B is mandated, okay, World War III is going to go full blown. Okay, but that MO to the T to the B is here. You got people that are walking around with it already right now, and very soon these devils, they're going to mandate it, and once these devils mandate it, World War III is going to go full blown. Okay, but again, these prophecies are popping off the pages, and they're happening in real time. Here it is, the economy over here, okay, is on the brinks of collapsing. Okay, this devil, his rulership is literally falling right before our eyes, and it's going to fall very soon, Lord willing. Habakkuk chapter 2, and this is verse 4. And it says, Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Okay, and see, Esau, he's the wicked, and his soul is not upright in him. Okay, because this devil, he brings nothing but confusion, disease, death, and destruction wherever he goes. He defiles everything. He's defiling the food. Okay, here it is, back to this video. People are finding molars, okay, teeth in their food, okay, that's being served at these fast food restaurants and whatnot. Okay, and the reason why this is happening is because you got the wicked that's currently in rulership. And Esau Edom, he's currently in the power seat, and his soul is not upright in him. And again, this devil, he brings nothing but confusion, disease, death, and destruction wherever he goes. He defiles everything. Okay, he's unfit to rule. Verse 4 again, it says, Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. And see, that just, that's talking about, the hopeful elect, because we live by faith. Okay, we have faith in knowing that the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to continue to provide that hedge of protection over us. Okay, we have faith in knowing that the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to destroy this wicked kingdom of Esau's. And we have faith in knowing that the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to deliver us from the hands of our enemies. Okay. And again, we are literally witnessing the downfall of Esau Edom's kingdom. This devil doesn't have much longer. Okay. This is Ezekiel, and this is chapter 4, and this is verse 13. And it reads, And the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua said, Even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. Okay, and see, this devil Esau, he's defiling everything over here. And so we're eating the foul food over here in Babylon the Great. Back to this video, you see, what these people were showing you, what was in the food, okay, that was being served at these fast food restaurants. That's a clear indicator, okay, that we're eating the foul food over here. Okay, and as I had mentioned earlier, everything is defiled over here, in Babylon the Great. And so again, this is why you should do your due diligence, to try to, read the back of labels, okay, and to try to get the best of the worst. Pick the best of the worst. Also, too, you should stay clear of these type of restaurants, as I had, mentioned earlier, like Mickey D's and whatnot. And first and most importantly, you should always pray over your food, Israel. Always pray over your food, because you don't know what these devils are doing to the food and what they're putting in the food. Okay. Okay, I want to go to Wisdom of Solomon. This is chapter 14, and I want to start in verse 9. And it reads, "For the ungodly and his ungodliness are both alike hateful unto the Most High." Okay, and see, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua hates this devil Esau, because Esau, he's ungodly. And just look at what this devil is doing. Look at what Esau was doing. Okay, the whole earth is in a wicked and mortal state because of these devils. These devils are defiling everything. Okay, they're defiling everything from the food to the air to the water. Here it is. These devils know they're destroying the people. They got the people in a wicked and mortal state because these devils, they're polluting everything. They're spraying their chemtrails in the air, polluting the air that we have to breathe. Okay, they're defiling the food that we have to consume by putting GMOs and harmful chemicals and other things in the food that doesn't belong in the food. Okay, these devils know they're defiling the water by putting all types of fluoride and forever chemicals and dumping trash and things like that into the water. The wildlife, the sea life, the plant life is in a wicked and mortal state because of this devil. Because he's polluting the earth. He's unfit to rule. You have animals that are now on the endangered species list because of Esau ruling in wickedness. It says, "For the ungodly and his ungodly and ungodliness are both alike hateful unto the Most High." And again, the Most High hates this devil Esau because he's the wicked. He's ungodly, and he's ruling in wickedness. Let's get the next verse. It says, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 14 verse 10. It says, "For that which is made shall be punished together with him that made it." Okay, and see, with that being said, this devil Esau, he has a great and terrible judgment coming to him very soon. Thus says the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And he's not going to be able to get out of the judgment that he has coming to him. Okay, and with that being said, Israel, this is why you have to come up out of this place spiritually and return to the Father and the Son, because those by people who just want to continue on in the ways that's pushed out over here in Babylon the Great, those by people who just want to follow behind this devil, those by people who just want to continue to have this devil's foot on their neck, they're gonna fall over here with this devil. Okay, but this devil Esau, he has a great and terrible judgment coming to him very soon. Thus says the Lord. Esau and the rest of these heathens, and the 2/3 of our people, because 2/3 of our people, they don't want to come up out of the ways of Babylon the Great. And so therefore 2/3 of our people are going to receive the same harsh judgments as these Edomites and the rest of these heathens over here. Okay, I want to end off in the book of this is Micah, and this is chapter 2, and this is verse 1. And it reads, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hands." Okay, and see, this devil Esau, he devises iniquity and works of evil. Okay, because he's currently in the power seat. And, and so, this is why he's able to do these things. This is why this devil, is defiling the food. This is why this devil, he's, coming up with all types of other works of evil and whatnot, because again, he's currently in the power seat. But, again, this devil, he doesn't have much longer in the power seat. Okay, his kingdom is literally falling right before our eyes. Okay, this devil, he's getting ready to fall very soon. And once this devil falls, he's going to go into hardcore bondage. Okay, and after 1,000 years of hardcore bondage, this devil Esau is going to be eradicated off the face of the earth. Again, Esau has a great and terrible judgment coming to him very soon. Thus says the Lord, and he's not going to be able to get out of it. And so I'm going to go ahead and end off here. But again, Israel, you should do your due diligence, to try to eat as healthy as you can. Okay, you should stay clear of these fast food restaurants, such as Mickey D's, Wendy's, Taco Bell, places like that right there. You should stay clear of those places, because again, eating at places like that right there, you're setting yourself up, okay, to have your health compromised, and you're eating the worst of the worst over there. If you're eating at places like that right there, you're eating the worst of the worst, okay, and you're setting yourself up to have your health compromised. And so I'm going to go ahead and end off here. I hope it was edifying. Once again, I want to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. and double honors and respect to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Kwam Yasharala Nabal Baba. Shalom.